Hello world and welcome back to the bench. It's Amiga 500 plus time, part 3. Maybe we'll get done. Maybe it's a part 4. We'll see how far we get. I got a bunch of little parts that came in. Let's take a look at those and while I throw them down, maybe determine the order of events for today. Let's take a look. All right, I got my little bag of fun things here. We got little push buttons. So we got the wires for the momentary button press to activate the RGB HDMI. I got a new floppy cable that's longer than the short one that's there. I got screws for the case. What else do we got? Oh, 3D printed a few things. Look at that. We got a little GoTek frame and we got a little top that's supposed to go on the top of the case so you can have your LCD and your little knobby turny button right here. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Anything else hiding over here? Okay, I think all the hiding's done. I think YouTube needs to like me. I think I tried to do a link one time and I have to do something in the YouTube thing for them to trust me with links. But I want to put a link to this Thingiverse stuff. This was pretty cool. Oh look, it even has Amiga on the back. See that? Look, that's pretty neat. That's cool. I have a resin printer, not a PLA, so maybe that's why it looks a little bit this way. And my settings are kind of about as good as everything I do. I got some settings, but they probably aren't that great. Let's start with a few things. Let's go with, and I got to trim the power cable down that's in the unit itself. This little guy right here, I'm going to trim that up and make it to where it's a little bit more of a manageable length and I don't have these open prongs in there. Those open prongs probably are just fine being in there. I don't know. Anything bridge them, that could be bad. So we'll fix that. Ryan definitely had that on the list of rich things to fix. So let's do that first. That's pretty easy in the scope of things. So let's move this out of the way. I'll get my soldering iron going. And we'll pull that and we will cut stuff and solder stuff and put things back. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we got what we need, but in typical me fashion, some of these look exactly the same to me color-wise. I guess that probably doesn't matter, but I am going to try. Let me just put a little blue tape there and group those. Just in case that's not a color deficiency trick. If those are all black and if those 4 are all black, that's great. And if they doesn't matter where they go, that's great. But till I'm done, I'll put those 2 together and we'll put those 2 together. So I know once these are cut where they go. So I got these 2 that are the same color, these 2, and these 2. Let's cut, snip, and solder. Okay, I had to go to the internets. Looks like yellow has its own black, red has its own black, and so I am just going to join those that way. I just went and took a quick peek at a few cables that were this type of adapter to this type of adapter, Molex to this little floppy drive connector cable. And yellow has its black, red has its black, so I'm just going to kind of follow that same pattern. Wish me luck. Let's hope I don't mess this up too bad. Okay, let's wrap up here with our last line. I kind of like to try and push them together and give them a little twisty kind of, that way all the little tines are together, and then just kind of give it a rest. Don't come apart. Don't come apart. Stay where you're at. Hold on, let's make sure I'm good here. Yeah, okay. Now let's just heat that up. Heat that up. Let's feed a little bit in there. Come on. Feed in the joint. There we go. And maybe that end came up a little too far. I think it's going to do it no matter what I do. All right, let's take a look. Did they get put together? They did. I'll often take, well, where'd my a phone call came in. So then I just started chatting on the phone. And of course, now I can't find my little pliers. But I kind of push them together with some pliers. So then I can bring this little heat shrink over. Oh, that one went really good. That went right over. And then once it's over, give it a little bit of heat. Turn it. Oh, come on. Give it a little bit more heat. Voila. So now we've got our floppy drive cable ready to go. Red and black goes along with red and black. Green or yellow and black go along with green or yellow to black. So we're ready to plug that in. All right, let's grab this. Take a look. What's it look like lengthwise? Did we do okay? Oh yeah, because look, we're going from here over to here. If anything, I might have too much. I may have, oh well look, I'll just kind of do it like that in this little bit of a cross kind of example, right like that. That'll be perfect. So I'll get power over to that drive. Let's look at this. Well, you know what? Let me turn everything off. Let me get it all turned off, everything put nice away, safe. And now let's look at just changing that cable out for the floppy drive. And I think I need to take the GoTek apart after that. So I'll be right back. Okay, we've got 500 plus. We got the really short cable. Let's see if I got the right one or if I bought the... Oh, there's two. Okay, good. All of a sudden I got really nervous. It was like some dual-headed monster. But I got two, so let's get rid of one. And let's see how we want to do this. Which side? Okay, yeah. I got a heavy line over here, no line over here, and I think that's my heavy line. Let me take a look. Oh boy. Don't pull too hard. Don't break your stuff. Okay, pin 1. Pin 1's all the way over here. It looks like that's pin 34. And so that, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go with the lead line being on this side because I definitely see a color or maybe it's all in my head. It sure looks like a lead line. Anyways, we're going to do it that way. All right, so we're plugged in, pin 1 and 2, lead line. Now let's not do this wrong. Let's come up nice and smooth. And pin 1's on this side, all the way over here. There's a nice big fat 1. All right, so if that's the 1, it should fit. Just like that. All right, and now I've got all sorts of distance. I could have this. Oh, let's try the power cable while we got this. Where'd it go? Let's do the power. Oh, I sat it right here because I didn't want to lose it. So let's put the power cable in. Of course, that has a little guard that makes it fit one way. Oh, this is going to be great. Look at that. I got so much room. I got room for activities down in here. It's going to be great. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Lead line, pin 1. That's, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this real quick. So now I know that's the pin 1 side. Hey, don't be afraid to mark things to make sure you don't mess up. Okay, great, great, great. We're going to take this off. Now we're going to look at, I think I'm just going to put the button on next. Just in here, let me turn the soldering iron back on. It's sitting right here on the side. I think I'm just going to put that little button on there. I don't know where that's going to come up through anything yet. Of course, I called Ryan and I said, send me the link from the buttons you bought. I don't know if you remember, he said it was like you get 10 of them. But I already got another project idea. I kind of want to put one on my C64 for like a quick reset button up at the top on my, I got a machine that's already a bunch of modded stuff on it, so that'll be kind of nice. Oh, look, it even comes with the little screw top, so you can drill a hole, put it through the, oh, I can drill a hole and put it through the hole, and that way you go deek deek. Well, shoot, if I solder it in and I drill my hole, oh yeah, it'll be fine, because I'll pass this up through the hole and I can use that. Okay, let me solder that on. Second wire for the button done. Okay, so we got our button. Boop, boop. We've got our cable, we've got our power. Let's take the GoTek apart and see about extending it. Hopefully that'll work and I don't have to try and look at the side all the time. But if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. We'll just see where that goes. But let me get that apart. Okay, we got a GoTek to take apart. And I got my Extron tweaker. Anybody ever work with Extron? Anybody have a bunch of these tweakers? Do they still send tweakers inside the boxes? I haven't worked with anything from Extron in a long time. But I still have at least 5 or 6 tweakers out of the hundreds I'm sure I had at one point. That's in there pretty good. All right, screws out of the way. Tool out of the way. Well, it says tool supplies. I don't know if you can read that. Let me move that out of the way a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Oh, we got the little board that goes to a front plate. Looks like there's our floppy and power. Ooh, look at that. That LCD is super extendable. That's just a couple wires. Now that is on its own whole little rig. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Oh, goodness, I think that fits. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to take some pictures. Okay, pictures done. Let's take a look at my little screen here. Oh, wow. That even has some points to hold a smaller screen. So that is definitely not the right size. Oh, geez, this is never going to work. I'm just not coordinated enough. Okay, what if I held it like that? Yeah. We're getting there, aren't we? All right, we're going to try and put some glue in there. Is everybody screaming at home? No! Don't do the glue! All right. Let's let that heat up. While that heats up, all right, so now I got this little guy. Oh, snoot. That cable. I got this little guy that has its whole own board. I am not too sure I'm going to be able to extend that all the way to the top. Let me think about this. Why don't we, I'm going to unplug this. I'm getting a little nervous. I got this frame also. I got this. That's supposed to sit inside here and allow this to live in that bay. And, oh, so So I could put a screw on this side, a screw there. So I get a screw here, a screw here. These stand, oh, I think I have these standoffs. Hold on. I think I have these. Well, they don't seem to stand off very well. But I do have two standoffs there. So imagine that and that, right? And then, oh, does that sit like so? Oh, I'd have to cut right about there to get that to fit in. Because now I see this. I got too much stuff in the way. Come on. Come on. Get out of the way. Okay. Yeah, that sure fits right there. I mean, it moved. It's gonna move the minute I move it. It's not screwed in. But that little sled goes there. Can this sit on top of it? Well, I need the buttons. And I need the USB. Ah! Can you sit outside? I mean, is it dumb if it works? Should I just build the box back and pass that through and pass that through? Do I have enough? Huh. That's just feeling like the right answer. Oh, it sucks getting old. All right, so that would just sit there like that. I mean, if that could be longer, it could sit beside it like a sidecar. But this isn't long enough now to do that. A teeny cut. And that sled, I think, huh. How about that sled's there? And then this is on it to get it up a little higher. That's too high. Yeah, that's too high. That is going to be higher or as high as the case itself completely. But without the sled, that about works if I do a little nip. All right, so I think what we're going to do at first is cut a little bit of that for the that wheel, radial, you know what I mean, little knob, and then we'll put it back on. And what's crazy is I just repaired that corner too. I used just a little bit of super glue and blue tape and put that back together. But let me just nip that off. And by nip, I mean Dremel. See you in a minute. Okay, I did it. I did it. I cut it. I cut it. I haven't cleaned anything up. Just used a Dremel. Ooh. Now, I don't know. I just did it. I did it. Let's see what it looks like. Now, I can't get to any of the other pieces because that looks like I need to nip it right about there next. So let me do another cut. All right, that's there. We cleaned that up. We got a whole nice big section. I'm going to have to clean that a little more. All right, let's get some of these cables out of the way. Let's kind of look at how maybe this could really look. Is it like a Commodore? I forget whether it kind of goes down. Okay. That's it. All right, let's try and keep this closed. All right, it goes. It fits. I'm gonna I'm gonna clean this up, and gotta figure out a way to anchor. Well, okay, it closes up and it fits. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to anchor this a little bit. Hot glue, and I can see the LCD. I can get my USB in there. I can hit the knob. Let's see if I can get that to be a final fit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's super good. That's super good. And you're just going to fit right down there. And I'm going to plug that into that when I'm ready. I think you're good. I think you're in place. You're pretty solid. Okay. All right. 3D fence, didn't use it. 3D miscellaneous parts, didn't use them. 3D top. No matter how cool you were, Amiga, I didn't use you. Okay. Case is pretty well together. And the knob moves really nice. No issues there. I can have access to the USB port, and it doesn't shrink back in. Now, seeing the LCD, that's just going to be a problem. But it'll be what it is. All right, now let's look at, before I drill any more holes, let's power it back up. That way I can see this work. We can ensure the HDMI output is still working, and go from there. All right, let me get things plugged in. Okay, I think we're all ready. HDMI is to HDMI, power's to power, mouse is hooked up, GoTek has a USB stick. We got our little button. Let's turn that on. And maybe you can see, you see the little light in there? That's when it's, I never know what side's on or off. I never know what side's on or off, so I'm just going to put an O for off. Well, that's kind of stupid. I just put an O for off when it's off and on. I don't know. Maybe I'll remember that. Oh, okay. We got stuff. Mouse working. Excellent. Okay. That is about all I remember. Oh, I can see it on the side here. That seemed to work. Okay. Let me try turning it off and back on again. I'm going to have to go watch my own video about how to use the GoTek with Ryan, because I kind of remember, I kind of forget. So, I don't know. We'll see. Everything's booting up, though. That's a really good sign. Everything's in here. It's all booting up. I'm definitely going to make a little hole for this. But, man, I can't do it over here. I can't really, let me see. I can't really get it on this side because there's that plate there. I don't think that's long enough. Maybe if I cut it. What can I do? I don't know. Boot up. Let's see it boot. Oh, let's hit the button. Okay. I think I did something wrong. Doot, 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 doot. Not working. Okay, I tried moving the HDMI just to the monitor through no capture devices, and then tried the button again, nothing. So now, if I just touch these, everything's working. Maybe I got a bad button. Let's find out. Because China sent me 10 more. Okay, that was a bad button. What are the odds? What are the odds? But We're going to save this too because I may need the hardware one day or the little button top. I don't know. I Okay, let me go back in time and I'm going to go cut, solder, and all that stuff and put this back together with a good one. And I'll be back. I'm not going to make you watch me solder things twice. Before I heat shrink everything up, let's test our second button again, just to be safe. Second button in place. Press once. Oh, menu came up. Press again. Menu goes away. Excellent. Okay, bad button. What are the odds? Okay, let me get to heat shrinking and cleaning this up. I'll be back. All right, I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this right about here. So I got to drill a little hole in the case and fit that in. So wish me luck. Okay, wallered that out a little bit for it to fit because I'm sure that is metric while everything I have is SAE. So that's always fun. Let's kind of put this guy back in. Keyboard standing just fine. Everything looks out of the way. Easy access. Let's do power again. Push our button. Ha! Push our button. Ha! Okay, we're working. We got that in. I just had to waller that just a little bit and everything fit just fine. Let's button this up and see what it looks like when we're done. Well, I blew out one of the holes for the keyboard front where it connects. It just cracked and came apart. I don't know. Do you 3D print a new one? And would that work? Would it allow enough purchase for a screw? I don't know. I use a little double stick tape right in that corner and everything seems to be where it needs to be. Let's hopefully... Okay, let's make a quick test. Power on. Do we get to play Zork? Oh, yeah. Button press. Oh, yeah. Button press. Great. Mouse over here, all the way on the side. Let's go cancel. All right, we got Zork, the Undiscovered Underground, a text adventure prequel. Well, I had to restart the USB capture there for you to see that I got into Zork and I'm ready to play some games. Amiga 500 Plus is wrapped up. It's as far as it's going to get for a while. I have some other ideas now from this that I need to maybe put a little HDMI connector on the back. I don't know, for it to be able to not just have this pigtail everywhere it goes. But thanks for hanging out with me on this journey. The Amiga 500 Plus is wrapped up. Ryan, thank you so much for the Amiga 500 with mouse. I just picked up this. We found the 500 Plus motherboard over at VCF East. He did some cleaning and some bodging for it to come back to life. Added a GoTek, thanks Ryan. Added in a few other pieces. And we got a system that works, and I'm going to play Zork for a while. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Talk to you soon. Bye.